Ty, I don't know the next
Tell
song.
me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Do you need more? Do you need McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk? Well, here you have it. Thursday, May 14th, wearing a Tiger shirt, a part of the PMI Zoo created by Boston Connor.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Big day at PMI. People will not be able to find out about it for about a week or so. Hey, over here, we are having a big-time celebration. To my left, sitting on this throne and in front of a fake bookshelf, AJ Hawk. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. I didn't know you were a lefty.
Well, I don't. Hey, we don't know. First game, I obviously took 3 at-bats ever. My first 3 at-bats in the history of my life were all on the right side of the plate. But while we were practicing with a hockey ball, one day before the game started, when I started my BP practice, I went over to the left side, and I'll tell you what, making contact.
Squaring it up.
Yeah.
Making contact.
It's all about your matchup.
Yep.
Huh?
So you're a switch hitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You can make some big time money being that guy.
Oh, yeah. Tell me
Good stance.
Maybe I point the bat at the fucking pitcher's face.
Oh, coming for you.
And then lift, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Lift.
You got to get that back.
Yep. Squash the
Oh, my
bug.
God. Squash the bug.
Squash the bug with that back foot.
Great knee bend.
This is ball.
Good eye.
Oh.
Good eye.
Good eye.
Go ahead, AJ. Send the pitch in. Send the pitch in.
Hold.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. Come on,
Hold.
AJ. Throw the pitch in there.
Hey, hum
Hold
bip.
there.
Hum bip.
Make sure you cock Hold the on, hands. pitcher. Okay, you're good.
Go ahead, AJ. You go pitch it up.
Am I pitching it?
Pitch
Okay,
ball.
there. I pitched it.
No. Use your arm.
Oh, shit. It's a meatball right down the middle.
Oh, my God. He crushed it. Can't pitch for shit.
Just picked the home run.
Ballsy bat flip. I mean, that was
Glass table.
glass table.
Didn't even think about it. You ever hit a home run on live radio or on live YouTube before? Can't think about the glass table that almost got hit by that thing.
You would have the Steve Austin music playing right there.
If that thing, you imagine me grounding second there. Bang, bang. A lot of big news baseball front coming from our show earlier today. Blake Snell is a man who plays Twitch on his Twitch stream, plays video games on his Twitch stream. Went on a riot act, basically talking about how am I expected to play this short season that's supposed to be put together in the next 3 to 4 weeks, less games, about 17%, maybe 9% of the money that I'm being guaranteed, more reps on my arm, and I'm dealing with the Rona in a not safe fashion. Did you hear Blake Snell on the Twitch, AJ, and what are your thoughts on it?
I heard it after the fact, and I heard a little bit of your interview with Jeff Passan. Is that his name?
Jeff Passett. Hey, by the way, great fucking interview.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good.
Yes, I saw the little Elmo clip he had as well. That got weird.
Well, I had to make sure I understood that it was also weird. So I said, don't know if that's impressive or weird, but here we are. Let's go ahead and have a good time. Very good. Probably the best Elmo impression I've ever heard, but he was a great interview. I just told him, I sent him a DM. I think he followed me today, so I sent him a DM.
Let's go.
No big deal. No big deal. Also got emails from, email from
Yeah, tough.
Mark Cuban.
Heard of him?
What?
Ooh. What happened? What did he say?
Well, I mean, we're on our way to him coming on the show.
My way
On
the show.
I think there's a chance he's coming on the show. But Jeff Passett and I were DMing, and I said, hey, you're a good face for baseball. He was a great interview, and that sport is not something I'm interested in at all, even though I played in the game, and I have a 333 on-base percentage and that type of stuff, and a put out, and obviously
1,000 fielding percentage.
1,000. Have you ever heard of it? And the Birmingham Barons and I are potentially about to do a little dance in the Double-A. I mean, I'm not really a big baseball guy, but listening to him speak about baseball, he's very good at what he does. And I think that is a guy that I enjoy talking about. He said he feels as if this is going to happen, and it's not. They're going to come back and have a season, and it's not just in Arizona and Florida. It's not a biodome. They're going to be traveling, I think. He thinks that people are going to want to travel. The local channels and local sports stations account for $2.5 billion in revenue every single year for the MLB, which I didn't know. And he thinks that they're just going to do their thing. And all has to happen in 3 to 4 weeks. I just don't know how you get Blake Snell, who was very against this whenever he did the math. And do we have that clip?
Yes, sir.
He was very, very against it. If somebody saw it earlier on the show, we apologize for running again. There might be some people that haven't seen it, though. This is the clip from Blake Snell. Pitcher, almost a Cy Young winner last year.
Yeah.
He did win
Finished
it
third.
2 years ago.
Cy Young, which, by the way, that's the best pitcher. I did not know. I thought that potentially is infielder, not 100% sure. But Cy Young winner 2 years ago. Good pitcher, just signed a big deal, got drafted out of high school. This is his thoughts on potentially coming back from the Rona quarantine.
Bro, y'all gotta understand too, cause y'all gonna be like, bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Bro, I'm risking my life. What do you mean it should not be a thing? It 100% should be a thing. If I'm gonna play, I should be getting the money I signed to be getting paid. I should not be getting half of what I'm getting paid because the season's cut in half, on top of a 33% cut of the half that's already there. So I'm really getting like 25%. On top of that, it's getting taxed. So imagine how much I'm actually making to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't making. And on top of that, so all that money's gone. And now I play risking my life. And if I get the Rona, on top of that, if I get the Rona, guess what happens with that? Oh yeah, that's in my body forever. That damage is not going to be like, the damage that was done to my body, that's going to be there forever. So now I got to play with that on top of that. So y'all got to understand, man, for me to take a pay cut is not happening because the risk is through the roof. It's a shorter season, less pay. Like, bro, yeah, man, I gotta get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine.
Obviously, his Twitch delivery was something that some people might not listen to. And be like, oh, yeah, okay, let's listen to what that... He said a lot of good points in there. His math, questionable, but he said a lot of really good points in there. And I think if he's probably speaking how a lot of players feel, I would assume that he's speaking. And the MLBPA has negotiated good deals with the MLB. The no salary cap and the guaranteed revenue. I mean, they do good in their negotiations with the MLB. The players have a loud voice over there. I don't know if they're going to be able to get those guys to want to come play a half a season in 3 to 4 weeks. I understand they got to get governors to okay that they can play sports in their stadiums. Mayors also have to be able to do that. They have to figure out travel. They have a lot to do. But how about just the players being like, yeah, we'll do it. And I just don't know if the thought of telling them that if there's no season, it could be catastrophic to the league. I don't know if players are going to – I don't know. That sounded very passionate to be from a guy that's like, yo, think about the math here. Do the numbers. Think about my chickens, okay? And think about the Rona and my health. It seems like they're out on that. Don't you think? Is that what you heard?
He brought up some good points, I guess. So Major League Baseball, they're going to get a prorated contract, right? So if they play half the games, you're going to get half your salary. That's where they started.
Bingo.
And now they want to go 33% reduction on top of your prorated contract already?
No, that was for 50-50 revenue split. So they think it'll be another 33% loss because of the agreement that it would be a 50-50 revenue split. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but they think it'll be another 33% down because it's a 50-50 split as opposed to no salary cap or whatever.
Well, the players have the leverage here, don't you think? I mean, yeah, his delivery may not be the most eloquent when he was on his Twitch stream, but you know what? Like, the players, they're the product. So if the owners want to say, hey, you take this cut or there's no season, the players are like, cool. What are you going to get some guys across the picket line or something, even though it's not really a strike? I wonder what it'd be considered if the players don't play. Uh-oh.
I will be the Shane Falco. If they listen, no offense to the MLB players, okay? You got to do your thing. Get your chickens. My brand of baseball is not going to be one that's going to last a long time. But if they need, I will go over there. I'll go over there right now, AJ.
I don't think they're looking for. I don't know if that's exactly what we're looking for. I'll throw my hat in the ring too if they're taking some scabs across the picket line.
Imagine you and me out there in the outfield. Instead of the no-fly zone, very much be if it's a little bit too far, all-fly zone. You know what I mean?
It'd be fun, man, but I don't know what's going to happen. But like you said, it's got to happen in 3 or 4 weeks. Imagine the logistics. Just putting one baseball game on, let alone what? They want to put 82 on?
Yeah, 82 half the season. That's why they're saying their salary will be split in half. They're saying their
Time,
salary will
time.
be split in half.
Time. AJ, hold on to it.
All right,
I don't think you're a lefty.
go on now.
Why? You don't think that looks very?
Let me see what you look like righty. Turn around.
Just know that would have been a hit
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
with how I
for
was
sure.
lining up.
Yeah, it may have been a hit, but you can hit dingers right-handed. You only
Oh.
get base hits lefty. Why do you want to hit lefty?
You think this looks better?
You look a little more relaxed from that side of the plate.
See, I think you look relaxed from the left side.
I mean, see, I think
yeah.
you're playing a character in your right-handed stance, and left-handed stance looks more natural.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, see, in my left-handed stance, I think I'm playing a character. This is-
You look, yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
Ken
You look
Griffey
stiff
Jr.,
right-handed.
This is the wham, bang, one-handed
Homer.
Ken Griffey Jr.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think that might be my swing.
That's your logo. Yeah, that's you.
I like the open stance too.
See, look at that.
Yeah.
It looks like a baseball card right now. Your name in the
Just
bottom.
make sure you don't step in a bucket.
You do look good, lefty.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't
that's
it,
good.
right?
That's good step.
Bang, Homer.
I think left-handed might be the way to go.
Made contact from my weak side of the plate. If I go up to double A, we're probably hitting at least 666.
Find out in Birmingham this year.
Whoa.
Oh. Pitch coming in.
A little inside.
We could go take a couple hacks out in the basketball court.
We were doing that
Hey,
whenever
Pat.
I had to go play there with the hot.
Pat, if you were a pitcher, would you be upset like these pitchers get when people bat flip them? If they hit a homer on you, if a dude had just a gentle bat flip, or would you get upset and want to fight him?
Listen, if you walk into that box and you beat me in a battle and you want to pimp it a little bit, you can do what you got to do. But if I strike you out, full suck it coming out from the thing from me too. You know what I mean? Like I was.
I agree. I agree 100%. Like the Baker Mayfield when he was in Oklahoma, came to Ohio State, beat him, planted the flag in the field turf. Not exactly the same thing since the flag won't stick in field turf, only in grass. It's only about a quarter of an inch deep.
Yeah, it felt
so
pretty
whatever.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. But people are like, oh, are you upset at Baker? No, he came in and he beat you in your home field. What can you do? You can be mad, whatever, cool. But it doesn't matter. If they beat you, I feel like they have freedom to kind of celebrate and do what they need.
Yeah. Just whenever you win, guess what? Haha. Two-way street, bitch. We're coming full flex. You know what I mean? Why don't pitchers do that?
That's how it works. The Korean baseball league, I know they've been pubbing their huge bat flips.
Bro, that first night was the best part about it. Now, granted, this might be the state of baseball, but the highlights were mostly just them pimping home runs. It was the setup.
Yep.
It was the Zoom crowd on the Jumbotron. It was the mascots, obviously, that jacked up Dino one day. I mean, I love that thing. And then it was the pimping of home runs in that one American pitcher. That was all the highlights were. I think they should celebrate it. Who's that good-haired son of a bitch?
The pitcher?
No.
Garrett Cole?
Nope. Nationals too.
Oh,
Bryce?
Bryce Harper.
There it is. Thank you.
Bryce Harper. Great hair. But
That's really that was how you got to Bryce Harper?
does have good hair.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your brain works in mysterious ways, man. I appreciate it.
Well, that's how. Remember, I'm sprinting down an aisle, and it's just like I picked up the hair, and then the back just fell off. So literally, the only description I had there was the fucking. I'm on the good hair right now. If you could help me out here a little bit, but he was into that. He was like, hey, baseball should embrace that a little bit more. And I think back in the day, who was that? There was a pitcher that wanted to fight somebody.
A lot of them.
Who ran?
Every pitcher wants to fight if someone bat flips them.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
just
Oh
like-
yeah.
It's like a huge disrespect to the history and tradition of the game and what we're doing in baseball and all that. I think you're exactly right.
Really?
You can bat flip, but if I strike you out, I can do whatever the hell I want out here.
Yeah, including throwing at your head.
Exactly.
They started making Make Baseball Great Again hats, I'm pretty sure, for the support of pimping home runs.
That's Boston Connor back there.
Who's
dressed up
they?
as a man from Virginia. With
The players in the MLB. Harper had one on. I'll find the photo.
That's probably right, by the way. Hey, Connor, I'm not doubting you, pal, because you look like a person that we should doubt.
I'll find a photo.
It's the last day of the chops, AJ.
Yeah.
Can't see him.
Why is it the last day?
It's been a month.
Turn your light on.
I think it's time for the. Well, you didn't turn that one on. I didn't think it was going to turn on yet.
Oh, see, there it is.
Whoa!
Make baseball fun again was what he was wearing.
Oh, Make Baseball Fun again? Okay. Oh.
Why don't you have the light on? Like, I feel like that's just a standard move. Hey, going on to a show that has a camera on me probably should be able to see me when they get to me.
No, it wasn't Fox. That was on me. Something happened with the camera where we weren't using the light, and the camera was, bright enough to show me. And then at some point this week, the camera, I don't know, maybe it got a little faulty. I don't want to point fingers at cameras.
By the way, just want to let it be known, same quote as this morning too.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What's that? The same quote.
Connor.
Come on.
Well, no. I figure I'd let it eat for this one. I'll change it halfway through.
Big net.
This is good. It's a good quote. It's worth two. You can't just get rid of it once. Come on, it's a
Hey,
classic.
Pat.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, sorry to pivot, Connor, but I'm curious. You mentioned the virtual
Don't worry,
fans
AJ.
that they have, and they're going to have these supposedly at NFL games if they don't have actually human beings in the stands. What does that mean? They just Zoom people on the Jumbotron like we saw our commissioner, Roger Goodell, do at the draft?
Well, I think if you see the KBO has fake heads in every seat. It's literally, and I've said this numerous times, like a cartoon animation, how you just have little heads in the crowd whenever I think that's what the thought would be. And then I would assume the jumbo,
They should have the wacky inflatable arm flailing tube mans in the
In
stands.
the KBO one, they did have a Zoom on the Jumbotron.
well, that's what I'm saying. But for NFL, how would that work? Because you only have, 40 people. That stadium, 70,000. You definitely have to wacky and armed and flailing
Inflatable arm
arm.
flailing tube man.
Have to. So, yeah, like the fake, they got K-pop. Hey, those are our boys, aren't they?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Those are our guys.
They paid a lot of money for those seats.
I kind of like that.
BTS. I don't know how they would do unless they build up TVs all the way around. Okay, here we go. Let's get in it.
So Atlanta Falcons could do it.
Yeah, so where the stadium, the seats would normally be, they put up how many televisions?
Gigantic LED screens that are bendable, and they can bend it all the way around like the bowl of the stadium.
Yeah, so it's like a hockey rink with the glass goes up, but that's just TVs, and it's a little
That's
bit
easy. We only need say 30 some. Okay, no, let's count college stadiums as well. We have hundreds of stadiums that we have to outfit with these brand new LED screens that haven't been invented yet. We got to get it done in the next 2 to 3 months.
Samsung, have you heard of it?
Easy. This seems like this is something that can easily get done. And
How has this not been thrown out there?
you know what? Sometimes ideas get thrown out on these types of shows, and people are like, you know what? Bingo. That is the right answer. I don't know if we're going to be able to get bendy TVs. There are TVs that are bent, though. Those are out there. And I almost got hustled into buying one as soon as you walk into Best Buy, which kind of looks like the new Los Angeles Rams uniforms, by the way, now that I think about it. And a lot of people are hammering those things. They don't deserve it. But when you walk in, that first thing, I bought a 3D TV there. It's like the car that's sitting on top of the thing that you're not supposed to buy. It's the worst deal they want you to buy. I almost got that with the round TV. So that was a very, very pricey. I got a 3D TV I still have yet to use because you got to put on a mask, basically. But I think you could just like that, right there. Look at that.
What stadium is that?
Show me.
That's the sphincter one.
That's the Falcons stadium.
That's what I said.
But what are you going to lower that down to where the TV, it looks normal, like you can put fans in there?
I think they'll just
Like fans on the
right down the
screen?
sidelines.
And they already got in trouble for piping the fans noise, didn't
Correct.
they? A couple years ago,
Yeah.
so they already have that part.
The piping and the fan noise, by the way, is, I think, a good idea by Fox. Just a little subtle, nothing crazy, and maybe even have somebody who's on there actually mixing it. So when something big happens, boom, maybe even have a boo in there if somebody doesn't like something. Have somebody really working it. But I like the little ambient noise, and I think Joe Buck, he said that to Andy Cohen of The Real Housewives.
He said they're working on it. Please
Hey,
be careful because he will slit your throat if you get the words
They
wrong.
will.
Well, there was people saying that Joe Buck, the way he was getting quoted, I would assume Joe Buck was not
He
happy.
put out quite a thread. He was not happy about
Well,
Oh, he did? I didn't see that.
it. Yeah, about 4 tweets long, 5 tweets long.
he
Well,
was
he
not,
didn't want to speak for Fox.
Well, I would assume that the NFL also not happy about said thing that he said. And Joe Buck is, by the way, I don't think the NFL should be mad at him. I think Joe Buck throwing out ideas to give us something to ponder and talk about isn't bad for the NFL fan, especially in this time. But I think the ambient noise is a good idea. If it's just something you can't, not too loud, but just a little something you don't have to put it in the stadium, by the way. You just put it on just like a laugh track does on those
Broadcast, yeah.
sitcoms.
That's going to sound like Seinfeld.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little
And to
bit.
cover up some of the language that they don't want to have to continue to beep because they're going to have mics. But I think you might want to go the other way. If you've been watching the UFC during this time when they're fighting in empty arenas, the fights seem much more like nasty and gruesome because can't hear anything. You can hear their cornerman yelling at them and giving them instruction. You can hear Joe Rogan and Anik and everybody, but then you can hear the connection of the punches and the kicks. Imagine an NFL game, full-blown regular season game, no fans, same amount of mics, like the referees are mic'd, the center's mic'd. Those hits are going to come across the TV nasty. Like, you're going to hear it.
You know what? I was kind of against that, being completely quiet, because when I heard Joe Buck say they're putting in ambient noise, I was like, you know what? Not a bad idea. I could see how that would help. But then you think back to like training camp, some practices in training camp, whenever it's like maybe the end of the day or whatever, and if there's not a lot of fans there for whatever reason, or maybe it was before it was closed, some of those one-on-one drills and some of those team periods.
Like those goal line periods?
Oh, my God. It was awesome. And they would normally take the big guys that they don't want to get hurt out. So you didn't see your absolute best offensive lineman going against your best defensive lineman, unless it was like a couple
You
times.
would for maybe 1 or 2 plays,
Yeah,
and then
that's
they
what
would
I'm saying.
finish the drive out with other people.
They'll figure it out. They got to get at least a rep in here so you remember it, but then let's not get said person hurt in this particular drill. And that's the type of drill it is, though, right? It is the type of drill where somebody could easily get hurt here. People are going to the ground. There's big hits. Those things used to sound awesome, but I think the shit talk was the best part about it. It's like, how does the NFL monitor that? That'll be an interesting thing.
How are you going to – I don't know how it works when, like, the game, let's say it's on a 7-second delay. How is somebody going to – someone's going to sit there and have to beep out? Like, there's going to be multiple things to beep sometimes on one play.
Yeah, because you can't just have complete silence, because people would say, well, they're already mic'd up on the field and you don't hear swear words all the time. It's because they turn down the mics too. And it's like, if there's no other sound, you can't turn down said. I mean, maybe they could. Maybe they'll turn it down sometimes, but then there'll be no sound. It's like, I don't know.
Well, you'll have the announcers still, but yeah, you're right. There's no like ambient underlying noise behind them.
You know what I think announcers, though? Just because I think this would be hilarious. I think commentary should not only go to TV, but to the entire stadium, too.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Entire stadium. So the players hear what you said. That is not what we called. Hey, Troy, that was not what we called, pal.
Time out.
Hey, Troy, that ain't what you're saying. That would be legendary.
I heard with the MMA, corners are talking less because they don't want the other corners hearing what they're saying, and the fighters also hearing what they're saying, like as far as plans and stuff like that. How do you think NFL coaches are going to deal with like yelling at players, like as far as what the call was, or like are they going to talk less, or are they going to do like fake dummy calls out to the field so that the other coaches hear them across the way?
Great question. They have the microphone obviously in their ear that they can hopefully duffel down a little bit. But when you're calling out plays and stuff, this is like the XFL. I asked the XFL folks about this because the coaches, their conversations are mic'd up, like, right? So you could hear somebody's entire play call. And we asked Hal Mummy about it the day before, and he was like, they still got to figure out which call is the call. Like, that's like you know what I mean? So I think, in my eyes, and I could be wrong here, AJ, you know this much better than me because you probably played in plenty of games where you could have known what the other signals were or cadences were or calls were. But for me, I think it wouldn't be as easy as people think just to be able to pick things up if it's all verbiage and being able to hear exactly what people are saying from the other sideline. Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I think you're right. And yeah, you can hear what they're doing. You can hear the little like one-word things that the quarterback will say to a receiver for like a sight adjustment route or something if he feels like the coverage. You can hear it, but also good quarterbacks, especially veteran quarterbacks, they're going to throw in a lot of dummy calls too. Like he's going to before he breaks the huddle, he's like, "Hey man, this play is locked. Whatever I say at the line, don't listen. Like none of it means anything." And he's going to call real calls at the line of scrimmage that he may use, but those are dead on that play. Like that happens now. I think that would happen a lot more, I guess, if we couldn't hear anything else.
If you're an offensive lineman, okay, think about the offensive lineman's job real quick. They never get enough credit. They're hand-to-hand combat every single play, trying to battle for their life. And defensive linemen can run stunts, and some can take plays off and not really get noticed. Offensive linemen have to be on every single play. And if they lose one time every single game, they're going to get cut. So they have to win every single time or they're going to get cut. But then as you're dead tired, you're forced to be overweight. Okay, forced to be overweight. As you're dead tired, you also have to have the wherewithal in between your ears to know what the hell the play call is, what it is, what it's on, and then where you're headed. And by the way, once you get in your stance, can't move. Can't even move your head. Like can't sneeze. You sneeze.
And you're making adjustments with your other offensive lineman at the line of scrimmage while your hand is in the ground and you can't move.
Can't move. And if you just move, and the defense can give you an entire, and they can even yell out things. Can't budge. And then you have to block out the fake calls that are happening for the real calls while trying to figure out what game or stunt they could potentially play. Offensive linemen's jobs are a nightmare. I have no idea how people like Yonda, Alan Quay Shipley, who's been doing it a long time, our boy Sitton. Nick Mangold. I don't know how Damian Woody. I don't know how these dudes. I just didn't want to leave anybody out there because, of course, I would
keep going.
Those people
let's think. Who else do we know? Who else has been on the show? Keep throwing their O-line.
TJ Lang.
TJ Lang. Should have been. He was the most recent. He's great interview, by the way, TJ Lang.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have? A big old lipper in whenever he's talking to us at his computer.
Oh, yeah.
Cocktail.
Shouldn't have forgot about him, but I did because a lot of things happening here, and that's why I couldn't be an offensive lineman because there's things like that I would miss.
Do they have to know like audibles for specific plays, or do they have like 10 different options that they could go with that they just have to listen to the quarterback?
I think they have to know everything. They don't have to know the routes, but I think they have to know everything else on the offense, I think. Am I accurate in saying that?
Yeah, I don't think many O-linemen know what like the route combination's happening, but yeah, especially the center, he has to know what everybody's doing. Yeah, every offensive lineman should absolutely know what every offensive lineman has on each protection.
Hey, how come those dudes like Kuechly and Joe Schobert, how come they have the ability to know exactly what's coming? Is that from formation? That's not from words being said, right? That's from like formation and tendency and everything like that.
Yeah, it's all like study, like tendencies leading up to that, what they've done in the past with the coordinator. Like you scout the coordinator too. So if you have a team, let's say you're playing a team that's in your division, you play them twice a year, but they have a new coordinator this year and you're playing them for the first time with this new coordinator, you'll go back and watch film of that coordinator with his old team, whoever he was with before, to see like, oh, what are his staple things? What is he like? But then, yeah, everything, you try to get little tips like through film study, and it's always situational too. Like you can try to compartmentalize and say, all right, here we go. Second and medium, they like this chunk of plays, and you got to figure out in your brain, remember what personnel grouping and looks that they get to, like final formation, and then, and hopefully have a little light goes off and you have an idea of where to start your path when the play starts. Like, okay, this is how I'm going to attack it.
That's like the Cam Newton, Clay Matthews situation where you watch film, you screen, or because I think Clay was it Clay wheel route? Watch the wheel route or whatever. And Cam says to him, "Oh, you watch film? I like that." And then says the watch this thing or whatever, and then he scores a touchdown on a slant, I think, instead of a wheel route. That's the type of thing though that teams can do in between, just week to week. Like I think there was things that Peyton had that meant maybe 5 different things throughout an entire season. It's like that's why as a defender, I'd assume you can't just bank on your ears all the time. And this is exactly what people would think with the no crowd. But I think the XFL debunked that, and I think a lot of people have come out and said, like, yeah, you can't really trust what's being said out there because everybody's trying to lie to everybody.
And the quarterbacks change their hand signals too. Like they don't want to change them all the time, but there's so many different practice squad guys coming in and out of a team that, the quarterbacks have to change. Like the little hand signals for individual routes they want to change at the line of scrimmage. They change that a lot too, and I guess you'll probably have to do that even more with no fans and every single eyeball, and everyone can hear all that is happening. It'll be fun to watch, I think.
Hey, let alone those Zoom fans, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Because if they're on that TV along the side, they're going to be right in there.
How do I sign up to be a Zoom fan?
I think you got to email commish@nfl.net.
Yep.
I'll ask Portnoy. Dave can put me in touch.
He'll probably have an entire section. He'll buy out an entire Zoom
You're
TV.
right.
You could probably that's probably what they'll do.
Sell it.
Mm-hmm. You sell a section, a whole section that is along the side of the field, and you can just buy, and then you can give the link to the people.
I just read something on that, Pat, where they said they could really make a lot of ad revenue up if they, like, when they, let's say they put a tarp over sections of the stadium because no one's going to be there. If you would just sell those sections, like if PMI wanted to sponsor a certain section for a Colts game, like when you're watching on TV, we see your logo.
Oh yeah, for sure, we're buying that. Mm-hmm. Where are we going? Down in Jacksonville? I don't
think they're going to do it. I bet the NFL doesn't do it.
We're going to buy the entire upper bowl.
New Ram Stadium.
Well, I don't know if they're going to be playing there. It is a place I'm not 100% sure they're going to be playing.
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
That one's going to be expensive, though. Remember, they got casino money out there.
True.
But they make $560 million or something in that one day. Whenever it was for the licenses to buy season tickets.
Yeah.
Something like that. There's a number. That was not the right number, but
It's like 480, I think.
it's in that area. They made it one day over there in Vegas. The NFL, I don't think the NFL is going to get delayed at all, by the way. Like the MLB, they're trying to battle right now because their shit would have started when this was all happening. But I think the NFL is like gung-ho on, we're just going to make this happen. We're America's game, America's league, the world's best sport. We are going to make this happen. And that's just, I think it's a good mindset to have. I'm pumped to see how that plays out because the MLB, I don't think is going to work out.
No.
Our team's going to have to relocate, though. I know people freaked out because California went on another till August 1st or end of July, another stay-at-home thing, and now they're saying they're not going to play. So, okay, Florida's governor is saying, come on in. We got you. We'll host anybody who wants to play.
Come on down, listen to the games in Florida. That's what they'll do. They'll say, come on. Arizona did the same thing. Major leagues, come on out. Come on out. We got good weather, too. Hey, desert, 98 degrees yesterday. I FaceTimed with a guy that used to play center there just last year, retiring there. He was sweating his ass off while we had to be bundled up because it was winter here in Indiana. Come on down. Come on. Very interesting because L.A. Rams, they can't go to St. Louis, but they can go to San Antonio, can't they, down there San Antonio? Everybody talked about that place being a potential future home for an NFL team. San Antonio wants a team. That could be a place. Then you talk about St. Louis, the Battlehawks. I mean, they sold out that stadium. Oliver Luck missing out on like $30 million or something like that with a lawsuit with Vince McMahon currently. But the Battlehawks, they're ready for the Chargers to get to town. Oh, yeah. I think that's what the NFL will try to do. Obviously, it's not ideal situation for anybody, but I think the NFL is going to do whatever to make this happen.
So if let's say a team that does relocate, say to Florida or whatever, you just move all of operations and it's like you have a 7-month camp, but it's just the regular season. Is that what you do when you bring everybody, all the support staff, and they all are housed in one big hotel or something?
To be honest, I just got a text message saying I have to read an ad within the next 5 minutes or it doesn't count. I didn't hear what you said at the beginning. Are you talking about baseball or football?
Football.
So you're saying for 7 months will everybody be housed in the same place?
Well, say a team, not everybody, but say a team's in California and they need to relocate to play.
Yeah.
You just go and use someone else's practice facility, everybody there, hundreds and hundreds of people stay in the same hotel for the entirety of the season?
I don't know.
Is that how it works?
Because you would have to have a place that has facilities already built, like St. Louis, right? St. Louis already has facilities built for this. They would be able to handle it. I would assume some college, but colleges have to use their facilities. So who's going to – the facilities being available is a massive thing. I mean, that is – you look for places that used to have NFL teams maybe back in the day that they can somehow –
It's not like you have time to retrofit something that doesn't work right now, though.
What an advantage, by the way, that is for all the teams that are at their homes with – state-of-the-art everything, state-of-the-art literal, and then you go to somewhere else that hasn't been an NFL or home or a team or a home for a team for a long time, and it's just raggedy old
dirt
shit.
field.
Oh, man. This is awesome.
Actually, maybe, am I wrong, though, let's say you're in California and you can't play games there. Could you still live there, practice there, and then just fly out and play your home games in Nevada or Arizona?
It's a stay-at-home. They got that stay-at-home thing going on for another 3
But let's say that opens up August something. Can you just not have large gatherings? Like we're not going to fill a stadium. Yeah, we're not going to let you play games. But can they stop them from practicing?
That's good. That's a good question. And by the way, if you could do that, if you're the Rams or the Chargers, and you could, everything's an away game. Then that's just 17 or 16 games that are away, which sucks when it comes to competitive. Because rest on the other side, especially when you're in LA, I don't know.
Why don't you hit that ad read, bud?
Yeah, well, I have to. That was a hilarious text message, and that's a great question you asked too. And I couldn't even pay attention to it. And that's kind of it's a miss,
Happens.
It happens.
What are you gonna do?
Maybe I need to get back to baseball.
Oh, hair looks good. Got a good haircut.
Hey, not too shabby, huh? I don't know what happened.
Who did it?
Somebody in the office learned how to be a barber. I didn't. I don't know what happened here.
Is that supposed to be a part?
Yep. And normally the part is where the hair is, you see, so it can part the hair. And this particular one didn't happen, but that's what happened.
It's just like a line. Like I used to have, when you'd have a couple of people called them stair steps, whatever, vanilla ice.
Oh, yeah. College, I had I even had a slit in the eyebrow at one point.
Oh yeah, Charles Woodson. He might still have that. Charles always had a couple slits.
Hey, that's what you got to do.
You're in good company.
Maybe that made me a better athlete all of a sudden. Ladies and gentlemen, the other day, we told you about a company that whenever you shop with them, you're shopping with a company that has created the most comfortable shorts in the history of shorts.
Oh yeah.
These shorts have the underwear attached to said shorts, so you can say, sayonara, bitch, to your boxers, to your briefs, to your tighty whiteys. Peace out.
Later.
Because a company created shorts that have underwear attached that figured it out to make them the most comfortable fit you have ever put on your legs, thighs, and reproducing area. And that company is also giving you a free pair of nunchucks.
What?
Whenever you... Nunchucks!
What? No way.
Nunchucks! Whenever you shop with them. And that company is... Bird Dogs. Bird Dogs are the greatest shorts, and they have pants now as well. I haven't tried them on yet, but I assume if they're anything like the shorts, they are going to fit perfectly, and they are going to feel great. Your Bird Dog shorts, you can wear in the pool. You can wear them to play the basketball.
No way.
Heard of it?
You can wear them to sleep.
Like
And you can wear them to a business meeting.
Oh, wow.
They are all-terrain shorts that fit snug as a
Rug.
rug.
Rugs are, yeah, good.
Rugs are very snug.
Oh yeah.
They're done properly.
Right now, when you go to birddogs.com and enter promo code SPORTSTALK, they'll throw in a free pair of nunchucks. That's right, these murder weapons! Oh, my gosh! Especially in a time like these, by the way. Now is a great time to get a pair of nunchucks and a free pair of nunchucks at that.
Yeah.
And these aren't no rinky-dink Bush League, Mickey Mouse, garbage nunchucks.
No.
No.
Still decapitated man with those.
Oh God.
You hear that?
Might break the mic.
Stainless steel.
That's metal. So when you...
Oh! Careful.
But it's padded too, so you can hold it in your hand. And it's also comfortable. Somehow, they figured out a way to make nunchucks comfortable because that's what this company does is they make things comfortable that aren't normally comfortable. That's birddogs.com. Enter promo code SPORTSTALK with no spaces. Sports Talk. Sports Talk. Sports Talk.
Sports stock.
All right.
That's good. That was real good.
That's like Hawaii, their football team, University of Hawaii. They do I think 4 away games at a time, and then they come back to Hawaii and have a home game because it's however long it is. For me, it's I think 1 Xanax and 2 beers away from Indianapolis. But from California, I'm not sure. But I think they do 4. Oh, I'm not. Somebody told me that one time, and
I've never heard that that's the case, but you might. I don't know if it's 4. I could see 2.
It would kind of have to be though. That's a 10-hour
Don't they have to go
flight.
to school?
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. So I guess they would have to go back. Do they do online schooling? I don't know how that works. That would kind of be what the Rams, Chargers, and the Niners would have to deal with, right? They'd have to travel for everything. Let alone if they have
Don't you think a lot of coaches and people will really put up a fight and be like, hey, man, this puts us at a big disadvantage if we are displaced and doing all of these things. But then they say, hey, what's the alternative? You don't play?
Adam Silver said on the call to the owners on Tuesday, the NBA owners, he said that we have no idea if the risk next week could be the same as the risk at Christmas. We have no idea what's going to happen with our risk assessment. So when we make he wasn't saying we should make the decision to go because if we don't go now, we're not going to go till Christmas. He's just saying with that fact in mind, you guys now should make the decision. With that idea in mind, we have no clue what's going to happen. And I'm intrigued to see because this is going to become a political thing. I mean, it's going to become a political thing.
It already has.
It's already becoming a political thing. I don't know the world well enough, but it's already becoming a political thing. And then you've got some people that it seems like it's going to be locked down for what? Another 6 months, maybe 5 months at least. And then out here in Indiana, they're like, yeah, you can go back to restaurants tomorrow. I just don't know how much, I don't want to say, how much patience are the people that are going to be constricted to their house for the next 5 months going to have whenever they're watching the entire world that they don't live in out here just living life regular. I think this could go one way or another. This could go, okay, we're back. We just know that this is always going to be something we have to worry about, like the flu every year. Or it can go, bad. And I don't want it to go that way. I want it to go the other way. But I think we have no idea what's going to happen in 2 months from now. We have no clue. So how could the NFL? They can't. They just have to prepare and get ready for everything.
Wait and see.
It's insane.
Yeah, you just got to put multiple plans in place and see how it plays out, I guess. But yeah, who ultimately is making the decisions? That's what I don't know.
Who says yeah? Who? Roger Goodell, my commissioner? Is he just the one that's like, yeah, we're back? Because Dana White got to fights back up, right? Dana White figured out.
They had a card last night. Like he's bam, he's cranking them out.
Another one Saturday too.
What's that?
Another one on Saturday, right?
That's what I'm saying. You don't think the other commissioners are seeing what Dana White's doing and being like, is that right? Is that right?
You're the best commissioner. Huh?
Okay. All right.
I'll show you.
That's real, though. Like, I think a lot went into Dana White being able to pull off a UFC weekend from every other sport, whether it's connected or not, or you would think. I think there was a lot of other people with a lot of money on the line and also a lot of risk potentially. Like, all right, let's see how this does it, even though it's very different than ours. This is a very different operation. There's only, 4 people per corner. They're coming in and out. Like, that's very different than obviously our sport. But there's a lot watching that. Like, all right, they're able to pull off 3 in 1 week. We can figure this out.
Yeah, how many basketball places are NBA facilities?
22 of 30 are planning to open on Monday. I don't. The other 8, I'd assume, are California.
Is it just for small groups at a time, or how do you know how it works?
Voluntary.
I saw the Heat. Yeah, the Heat. When they opened yesterday or 2 days ago, had 12 guys come in. I mean, I don't know the schedule of when they come in, but they had 12 people come in, 12 players come in throughout the day.
Man, there's so many basketballs you're touching and everything. I wonder how they're getting around that. Or maybe like everyone has one basketball they're assigned to. Don't rebound for anybody if you are in a group of 3. It's got to be weird.
They'll have gloves on, and I think every facility has to have a hygiene manager or something like that who cleans every doorknob whenever it's used, every bottle, every ball. And that was back, a week and a half ago when Shams Charania said that they released a memo saying they're going to roll out the opening of facilities, and then they backed off. That might have been 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. They backed off of that, but there was like a 16-page memo and guidelines, I guess, on how somebody could get into the facilities. Somebody had to wash every door. They could only come in one at a time. You couldn't be within 12 feet of each other. Somebody could rebound for you, but they have to have gloves on. So they had that entire thing set up already. That was their guidelines. But I don't know if that time is the exact same time as this time. I feel like we're potentially in different times. And I would assume those 8 facilities that aren't opening, what is that? Left and right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Boston, I don't think.
Boston and New York teams.
Yeah. Both the LA teams. Sacramento.
Golden State.
That's sick. What's that? 7?
Well, Golden State. Steve Kerr even said like we're on to next season. Like,
Yeah.
we're acting like we're in the off season already.
What if they have a play-in tourney into the bracket though, and they have everybody back?
They should. Yeah.
I don't even think-
Get the Bulls back.
Well, their record's already really bad.
Yeah, but what if it was just everybody in the league?
Let 'em in.
Yeah.
You get into a
Free for all.
free-for-all.
Yeah, with Steph back.
Clay back.
If I'm Steve Kerr, hey, listen, I know people just told a story about me punching Michael Jordan in the chest and then getting one in the eye socket, but let's go ahead and think about maybe. And what about the Nets? The Nets.
Yep.
KD,
Kyrie.
Ooh.
Shut up.
Hey,
What's the
maybe this is just should be
what's
looking
Golden
as-
State's record right now?
Not good.
They're
I think
the
they won like 7 or 8
second
games or
worst
something
team
like
in the NBA, I believe.
Man, how is that all because of Steph getting hurt?
Clay,
And Klay
Clay was
Thompson.
out.
And Kevin Durant
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, I know,
Draymond was out
I
for a
know
lot.
KD left. I guess Clay is still out, and Steph. It's like unbelievable. They've been running the show for the last 5 years or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden they have 12, 14 wins.
Hey, everybody came after Kevin Durant and his burner accounts, but that guy, 7 foot tall, drains threes, and is a savage on the defensive side. I mean, that seems like
Good basketball player.
Tough guy to replace.
15 and 50. Well, they won without him too.
Well, with the championships they won with him, he won both the Finals MVPs. So
I think Steph was pretty happy to see him go. I don't know Steph Curry that well. I only know his dad, who's a fucking remarkable golfer. Next level golfer. It is outrageous.
Dell?
Class act.
Class act.
Yes, class act.
Smooth shit talker. Smooth, like one of the smoothest shit talkers. And a great golfer. Made me put out a 2-footer. Said, I want to see you
Good.
put it in. And then I missed one later. I put that one in though, so that made me feel good. But
There should never be any gimmies ever.
What? Why do you hate
Never.
golf?
Like, so if you're playing a foursome and you're gonna gamble and you're gonna have all these little action going on, I despise the whole thing. Like when people are like, oh, is it good? Is it good? Oh, is it good? I'm like, I don't know, make it, and then it'll be good. Like I always tell people, like, I don't want any gimmies. I want 0 gimmies. I will putt something out from a half inch off the cup. Like, if we all go in with that mindset, we all know we're putting everything out. There's never any questions. There's no arguments afterwards about like, oh, and your feelings are hurt that you gave him a gimme, and then all of a sudden you didn't give it to me. Like, if you're betting money, you're betting anything, just put everything out.
It's part of the game, though, like.
No, it's not.
I think there should be 10-foot gimmies, to be honest with you.
For me, yeah, at least. I mean, put the pin down. Anything within there, let's go. Or we play.
Okay, if you really want to get better at golf, you're not getting better at golf doing that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I take a lot of pride in being able to talk my way into a gimme that I probably shouldn't have got. Like, I feel like that is also a golf skill. Like, how is that not a golf skill?
That's fine. Just don't keep scoring. We're not going to gamble against each other.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm saying I don't want gimmies ever. That's what I'm saying. I don't like getting gimmies because I'm like, I'm going to miss this 3-foot putt 7 out of 10 times. Let me try to make it. Let me try to work on it.
Yeah, me too. That's why I take a lot of pride in being able to talk my way out of putting it and moving on to the next round or next hole.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm not that guy. I take no pride in trying to talk my way out of a putt.
Well, see, that's a very big difference here. I thought October 20th, 2010, really my biggest failure. Couldn't talk my way out of those shackles and handcuffs, bub. I was a little bit out of it. It was cold, too. I mean, I can make all the excuses, but I'm not making excuses here. I didn't have my A game with my mouth, and that's a problem. But I'm going to get good at golf this offseason. If we're allowed. Are we allowed to golf?
Yes.
I think you can.
Okay, so I'm going to get good at golf, I think. I've decided I think I'm going to get good at golf because it's only going to help my baseball game, which I'm already in AA, and it's only my second game ever. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to get good at golf. Are you a good golfer?
No, I'm a very inconsistent golfer.
That's kind of the difference of being good.
Good, yeah. Good guys can go out there in their bad day. They shoot like an 80, 82. Mike, I can shoot, if I play really well, I can shoot 83, but I can also shoot 105.
Yeah.
Just depends if I'm driving it out of bounds all day or not.
I don't know if I'm going to touch 105 at this stage of life, but you're 100% right with that variation. I can light it up for like 4 or 5 holes too. Like I can look like the guy for 4 or 5 holes. And normally they're the last 4 or 5 holes, right? Because probably a little bit of loosen up.
Oh yeah.
Start to feel a little bit, learn about my
throw a few back.
Learn about my swing a little bit because I haven't golfed for like a year and a half. So for the first, 13 holes, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. But then when I get good at golf, I'm like, oh, I love this sport. Could probably be great at it. But I've never in my life been great at it, ever.
Hey, what's this Skins game happening and what network? How do you watch it? What's going on?
Great question. Good transition. Hoping we got here because I think Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, and this Wolf fella have done an absolutely and look, Wolf's an attractive son of a bitch. I mean, look, this is
DJ
great
Light.
celebration there too.
He has got good personality. They have not marketed this at all. It's happening this Sunday, 2 to 6. These guys, the 2 on the right that you know, the 2 on the left that you don't, are taking on each other. Ricky Fowler, by the way, legend of a man. Love what he's done with golf. He's a cool guy. But on the right there, Dustin Johnson and Rory McIlroy, they are dominant golfers taking on 2 Oklahoma State products, Matthew Wolf and Ricky Fowler. This is Sunday. Skins match.
NBC age.
Oh, okay. Why is there no promotion for this?
Oh, somebody
Tiger
tweeted me
and
and
Phil.
said that NBC Golf has been promoting the hell out of it.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
tell you what.
NBC Sports probably has that channel.
Oh, the Golf Fix.
Okay. Seems like a lot of people would know about it. What's that?
Said unless you're watching Golf Fix, how you gonna know?
I love the Golf Fix. Is that on?
He's a
It
good
used to
guy.
be on the Golf Channel.
Yeah.
Golf Channel's owned by NBC.
The event is being aired on NBC, NBCSN, and the Golf Channel, so I assume they're all promoting.
I've had zero knowledge of this until this morning. No idea. I'm pumped for this. I'm actually kind of pumped for this because this.
I think it might be really good because we don't have the big build-up and hype like we did going into Tiger Phil back, last year.
And if anybody's smart over there at Turner, they'll not only watch the last match that Tiger and Phil had, they'll watch this and be like, okay, this is a preview for that match. This is awesome. This is like an undercard for that match, and I can't wait for. I'm pumped for this, and I had no clue it existed until like 9:30 a.m. today. And it makes no sense to me, but I'm pumped up for it. Can't wait to watch it on Sunday. And I'm potentially putting every dollar I have on the two on the right there, old Dustin Johnson and Rory, strictly because I didn't even know the one guy on the other team existed. So, I mean, that's just something I have to do.
I believe they're minus 195.
Who is? On the right?
DJ and Rory.
Well, that's because the book
Wait,
knows
if it's a skins game, how does it work? The 2-on-2, or is it alternate shot?
No, they're playing score added up, best ball.
Score added up.
Sorry,
ball?
that's not best ball.
Yeah.
They're adding both players' scores and whoever has the lower score.
Oh, so it's total.
Yeah.
Total. I hope they press after the front nine, too. I hope somebody decides to press. I hope they're, because it's for charity, I hope they start throwing around maybe a couple $100,000 from the charity, from their charity pot. Maybe you want to bet it a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm here for that. I am here for that.
I mean, if NBC's doing it, I mean, it's gonna be in like the production. I'm sure will be very good. I just wonder who they're gonna get. Like, who's going to? Well, hopefully they have a guy walking with them. Obviously, 10, 15 yards behind him. I don't know.
You know what?
I've seen nothing of this.
NBC, I'll do it.
Yep.
I guess.
There we go.
Hey, let's go.
How about it?
Is it in Florida
I
somewhere?
guess.
Probably.
I mean, do I have to?
Tarico might be it because he's the
have
NBC
to.
golf guy for big events.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Pat.
No problem.
Can't wait. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. Good luck this weekend.
Hey, thanks, man. It's going to be a blast. I'm going to be right in between the boys out there.
What are you gonna wear?
Well, I'm going to respect the game, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, of
Respect
course.
the game.
Have to.
What about the Tom Brady
I
event?
don't
That
even know what I
and
would.
Peyton. What's the date of that? May what?
Next Sunday, May 24th, I believe.
Yeah, so this is an undercard literally
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Shout out golf. Hey, shout
Hopefully,
out golf.
hopefully this one goes
Attaboy,
really
golf!
well.
Golf.
Boy,
More of it,
golf!
don't you
Golf
think?
is golf has long been considered a sport that only looks after themselves, only cares about
Yeah.
themselves. Look at them coming back into the world for the rest of us.
Yeah,
I
I
think
hope it
the-
goes well. I hope this is something that they figured out, like the formula on what works with the right personalities, the right like how they film it, how they show it, like produce it, and maybe this happens more and more as time goes on.
The tour's back the week after
11th.
that too,
June
or for June. Yeah, beginning of June.
June 7th.
Yeah, the Memorial Tournament is usually in Dublin, where I live. Like the first weekend in June, that's pushed back to middle of July. It's like the third or fourth tournament that has come back, I guess, once June 11th hits or whatever.
You live in Dublin town.
Yeah. Ohio.
Shouldn't have got that.
Do they have a PGA tournament there every year?
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus's course is right here.
That's probably awesome. Every time the Open comes to around where we're from, so Oakmont is near my hometown. Every time the Open comes, it's a spectacle. I mean, it's incredible. And the amount of
It's
money.
awesome. Golf tournaments are amazing. People rent out their houses and corporations take them over and host week-long parties with open bar. Like it's a huge celebration party.
The amount of money that is made by the people that live around those golf courses is insane. There's this one guy that just had a field, and he just charged for parking every day, and he made enough money for like 2 years off of just the one event.
Shout out Frank Furco.
Shout out Frank Furco.
Hey, people rent their houses out to golfers as well. And so if Tiger's coming to the Memorial, I'll move my family out for the week if he wants to pay a good price and rent our house right here.
Look at you, AJ.
Hey, all right.
Very nice of you, AJ.
Probably Tiger may be the only one that could get us to move. And we have to see if the numbers are right, but it's open. It will be available if he needs it.
Look at you.
Hey, I've seen that villa you live in too. You walk around that thing when you're FaceTime, and it's just like,
Smoking
is
jacket.
the ceiling 70 feet high in that fucking
Play
mall
AT
of
in his
his?
house.
I mean, look at all the
He has a
bookcases.
mall.
How many bookcases you got?
He's got gold ceilings too. He saw Master P with those.
Malls are really taking a hit, huh?
What's that?
Malls were already in the dumps. I
Yeah.
can't imagine how they're going to come back from this.
Well, that's why you bought one.
Open in Indiana this
Are they?
weekend.
Oh yeah, this weekend, 50% capacity or something per store. Only 25 people are allowed to gather at one time. I mean, you're allowed to eat outside at restaurants, but you're allowed to go give somebody a Charles Oakley elbow to get avocados at the grocery store. Everything's really interesting how it's kind of mixed messaging. But this weekend, it feels like Indiana's,
Wait, what do you mean about the Charles Oakley elbow for avocados?
well, grocery stores, it's
a war.
They've been open the whole time.
exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. It's a fucking free-for-all in there. I don't understand why that's like, that has not been addressed this entire time.
At all.
Ah, you gotta eat.
Got to eat. People need food.
People gotta eat. So if they want to go down there and just, sneeze on each other's food right next to each other, no big deal. They can
Are you going to go to eat this? Are you going to go eat outside the restaurant this weekend?
I like to support a small business somewhere, yeah. I'll do that. It's supposed to rain all weekend,
Yeah,
though.
It is.
Yeah,
Bad
Like
weather.
thunderstorm all
80%
weekend.
all days.
Thunder.
Lightning
And
and
the
thunder,
thunder.
thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder. What's the name of that song, AJ?
That's Imagine Dragons.
Hey!
That's the band.
What's the name?
It's called Thunder.
Wow!
He's on fire!
They got some hits, man. Imagine
Hey,
Dragons had some hits.
I'm an Imagine Dragons guy.
Yeah.
I'll get down with the Imagine Dragons. Also, One Republic, my new band because of Songland.
Really?
Sing it. Is it a new one?
Ryan Tedder. What's his name? Ryan Tat. Oh, nobody knows.
Show,
Nobody watches the show Songland. It's a fucking good show. This is going to be my third time going on this rant within the last month. Nobody watches the show Songland, and it is.
Where is it? First off,
What is it?
NBC.
where is it?
NBC.
See, that's what I'm saying. The
not
amount of
even-
disrespect for this show is next level. It's like this golf tournament almost. Like I can't believe people don't know about it. It's on primetime television on NBC on Monday nights, and it's about how it's like a songwriting session, basically, from like these three writers, Esther, Ryan, and then this other guy. What's the other guy?
Wait, is this a scripted show or is this like a reality show?
A reality show. And then songwriters come in with their songs that they wrote themselves and created themselves and pitch the songs to artists. It's just awesome watching them kind of piece together a song. It's really, really nice. But nobody watches the damn thing. And the guy what's his name? Ryan?
Shane.
No, far
Ryan
right.
Tedder.
Ryan Tedder. That dude. And the Shane guy makes bangers. And Esther's this incredibly electric personality.
Dean.
What's that?
Esther Dean.
Yeah, she's electric.
Oh, she does all the.
These are all songwriters?
Yeah, and the One
Do they
Republic.
write instrumental and the lyrics or what? Do they do it all?
Whole thing, yeah, it's a full song production. I'm real into music, so like getting the behind the scenes look at it, I felt like I didn't know a lot of it. Now, granted, lots of vitamins are inhaled while it's happening, and it's very interesting. But that show gets no love. But One Republic, the guy with the good ass hair there in that photo on the far right, he's the lead singer for them, and I'm just like, yeah, well, I want that guy to succeed, so I'll stream some of their shit here, even if it's on quiet.
You will be happy to hear. I saw the father-in-law this week, and he goes, "Tell you what, been watching this show a lot. You need to watch it." And I was, what is it? Songland.
Father-in-law and I have the same
Yes.
opinions. That feels good. I'm a mature man, obviously. Look at that.
I might have to DVR it. I guess.
It's on demand.
I mean, I'm not surfing around like the whatever NBC, CBS, Fox at 8 p.m. on Monday night. I don't watch a whole lot of like whatever. What's that called? Traditional
Scheduled programming.
Network.
Television?
Network TV.
network TV. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching my Apple TV and stuff more than that, obviously.
Well, you have good taste.
Well, excuse me, you can get that on your fucking Apple TV.
No, I can get it. I'm saying I will go and watch. I watch stuff on YouTube or Netflix or whatever before I go to network TV right now, especially when I know there's no live sports that's going to be on network TV.
You watch 911?
What about
Chicago Fire.
Don't get me
what
started.
did I watch on there except for Songland?
Songland
you
sounds
used to
good
watch
though.
Bull.
Honestly, I want to see it.
Bull got ruined.
Bull.
Used to be in my show. Law and Order. It's about trial science. It was allegedly what Dr. Phil did before he was Dr. Phil, because as Bull, the character that's portrayed, he helped out Oprah in a trial, blah blah blah, because he does jury setting and all this. It was kind of it was a very interesting show, and then the guy got into some stuff, and
Squeezing butts on set.
yeah, the entire allegedly. The entire thing is like this guy's a super genius, and then he does something stupid. It's like, well, I can't watch anymore. Can't buy it. I don't think. But I upped my respect for Dr. Phil because of Bull, if said thing was actually what Dr. Phil was doing, because it was next level thinking, pal.
Very good. Dr. Phil Network.
Dr. Phil's legit. I listened to him tell his story how he met Oprah and worked for her when she was fighting some kind of lawsuit or some case
Bingo.
wherever. And Phil, like, he was, she got what she paid for. Like, Dr. Phil was going deep into like how he was crafting the whole narrative and what he was going to do for her trial.
You should watch Bull. Now,
What network is that now?
CBS, I believe. I believe it's CBS. I had to stop watching it, though, because when you watch it, it's like, oh, that's the smartest human to ever exist. And he's so crafty, you know?
Wait,
He's
is
so
this scripted or is this reality?
scripted?
Well,
It's a show.
based
But
off.
could be Dr. Phil's actual life.
Who's Bull? Who's the main guy?
Some stooge.
That guy.
He's like Jason Weatherly or something.
Oh, you're
Michael-
saying
Michael
allegedly in
Weatherly.
real life.
Yeah, in
something
real
happened.
life, he
There we go.
It's an artist from art situation.
allegedly something happened in real life, and it kind of kills the character, because it's like the character's like the super genius, and it's like,
You
wait,
can't separate the character from the man.
Art from the artist.
I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it.
I get it. I'm with you.
I want to like the human that I'm helping succeed at the moment by watching or listening.
Do you ever hate watch anything?
No, but there's people in this office that do, and I didn't even know this was a real thing.
Like what? What do you guys hate watch?
Well, we're not going to
Well,
say
you
it on
can't.
air,
That's just
AJ.
not something you can.
What's it rhyme with?
That can't play that game either.
Go ahead, Diggs. Come on.
Nah.
Oh my God, Diggs made a big unfollowing.
Come on, Tony.
Come on,
What is it,
Tony.
Listen, you guys out me, I out every single one of you.
I'm gonna figure it out. You can tell us.
No, I unfollowed fucking Gary Vee. Don't need him in my life.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
What?
AJ.
AJ, I wake up motivated. I don't need his bullshit motivation too.
I mean, what are you gonna? You join his wine club and listen to him rant into the mic?
See, he follows. Did you unfollow him?
I never followed him, but I know his stuff. Yeah. But it's like anything else. That's the hard thing about the internet, especially. Sometimes if you like are all in on somebody, they put so much stuff out. Eventually, you start to dislike them, and you're like, "All right, man, I've heard it again. I've heard it. You're repeating yourself again. Like you can't continue to hear the same thing over and over and over again."
Well, I think you hit the nail right on the head there. It's like Pawn Stars. You binge it, and then you're out.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
one
mean,
of those.
Tiger King's the prime example. Went from like we all are talking about it, and even in the midst of like the first day we're talking, I'm like, man, this is gonna be so like this is so played out within 4 days.
Well, I want to let you know, I have not unfollowed Gary Vee, and we still, I am still motivated by Gary Vee. But
Wow.
Diggs
One
made-
meme at a time.
Yep.
Gary Vee knows everything.
We've been to his
What do you
office.
He's an agent. Why don't you let him sign you? Why don't you sign him on as your agent?
Vayner Sports?
Talking about Vayner Sports. Mm-hmm. He was on a sideline national championship. Took a photo together. He threw up the five books.
Evan ran up to him and got his autograph. It was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't do that.
But he would have if he could have. But he was being a professional because he
Yeah.
was sidelined past national credential at national championship as a 25-year-old kid from Michigan State that should not have been there.
Yeah, that's right. I just gave him, hey, Gary, big fan, man. He goes,
Yeah,
thanks,
I
bro.
fucking know.
Oh, jeez. Ty easy.
Ty, are you saying you don't follow Gary Vee?
Nah, I can't stand him.
Ty,
I'm
so
shocked.
negative.
I am shocked to hear that Ty is not.
Ty is so
100%
negative.
on board
I
with
like Gary Vee.
You know what though? Gary Vee doesn't care.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
stand him.
Exactly.
Doesn't.
Good
Which is
point.
fine.
That's a good point.
I believe he truly doesn't care.
About what? About Ty or me?
Like if people unfollow him or he has haters, like Gary doesn't just water off a duck's back.
Yeah, bro. He doesn't care.
I am so much fucking smarter than you anyway. It doesn't fucking matter.
Does he actually say that?
No, he doesn't.
Pretty much.
He
does.
I'm telling you, the office, I'll go
between
into
the
a
lines.
meeting or something. Like in my office, I'll go to a conference call. I'll do something. I'll walk out. And the tide would have turned on somebody that I didn't even know was possible. In a conversation, I'll be like, what happened? They're like, and then it just becomes a rattle fest. And then by the end of it, you're like, all right, I can see why you guys did that. Like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I don't know if we can do this again, but I mean, the tide turns. When the conversation gets going out here, I mean, boy, it should be recorded, actually. That's probably what we'll
You
start
see
doing.
him make a video, and he says that thing to like some sweet 83-year-old lady at her lawn sale when he turned around a teapot that he bought for $6 and then sold it for $6.85. We're supposed to fucking bow down.
You know how much fucking money I've made off baseball cards in the last 6 months?
Jesus,
It'd make
Ty.
you fucking sick, dude.
I mean, come on. This is
You
what
really,
happened.
Ty really gets Gary's essence in this character. Like you really do.
This is what happened within the last 48 hours. This has happened.
I'm a fan.
I was
I'm
on-
a fan of this.
I was on.
There's more, Age.
I was on a couple hours worth of calls, a lot of things going on, and then all of a sudden I come back out, full turn of the table. I'm like,
Is there
fuck
anyone
did
else
Gary
that's
Vee
been
do?
unfollowed
Oh,
from
yeah.
the boys
Oh, yeah.
what's that?
recently? As of late, anyone been unfollowed? Anyone else that you want to get out
recent,
there?
but
I almost
Guy
fo-
Fieri.
I-
He's out.
Whoa,
Guys
whoa.
guys never been bigger. He just raised 20 mil.
Yeah, he did.
That's why we're team Guy
Yeah.
Fieri.
Yeah, of course.
All day.
Nick
We'll
is
see.
out on
We'll
Guy
see.
Fieri. Nick has tried, by the way.
I'm in on
I
guys.
watched 6
I'm
episodes
in
of
on Guy
Grocery
Fieri
Games last
too.
night.
I got to
The
talk
best.
to Guy Fieri. Triple D, dog.
No, you didn't talk to me. Big time the hell out of you.
No,
That's
I
not
got to
true.
Zoom
Pat was
call
allowed to
him.
go over. Pat
I
was
was
allowed
on
to
a
go
Zoom
over.
call with him.
He basically spit in your face.
No,
I was on a Zoom call.
Pat was
Come
allowed.
on.
Pat was
Toxic
invited into the
culture.
circle. We were not, which is understandable.
We're at Guy
Wait,
Fieri's.
what kind of Zoom call?
It was on the NFL Draftathon, bro. It was me, Rich Eisen, Chanel West Coast, Saweetie, Derwin James, Guy Fieri,
Flavor time.
Matt Leinart.
Wait, okay, who put that group together?
Well, I got in there because Rich Eisen texted me and asked me. But the first night, whenever they were doing that NFL Draftathon thing.
No, I don't. You mean during the draft, the NFL draft?
Yeah. We didn't see them because they were so far below us.
Hey, Friday. Are you saying like the second? Hell yeah! Did you go on Saturday or Friday, Saturday? Or
Yeah. They brought in the lefty there late night Friday night. I went in the 11 o'clock.
They needed a ratings boost.
But with like 9 people on a Zoom, did you say 4 words the whole time?
I laughed. I got a couple chuckles in. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it kind of pops up because you can.
Did Chanel West Coast have a lot of good hot takes on the draft?
She did a rap or something for the coronavirus. It was all about people promoting things that they were doing to raise money and stuff like that. It was a good thing. It was a positive
charity thing. I didn't know it was a charity deal.
Jesus. Yeah, they raised like $1 billion or something like that.
My bad. I should have seen this.
But the first night they had
You played Madden against Katie Nolan, and you're supposed to play Titty Boy, and you didn't even tell me, and you got blasted by Katie Nolan.
I wasn't allowed to tell anybody I didn't play against 2 Chainz, okay? Because they didn't want to. I wasn't allowed to talk about it. And then when Katie Nolan was subbed in, what was that? 30 minutes before the game or something? Like that?
Might have been 10.
Not even. It was after the game maybe have started.
Yeah.
She didn't even know, by the way. She was out walking her dog. They come in. The game happens. I didn't even really know about. And then she is a hustler. She is a gamer. Yeah. She knows. She beat the hell out of me on that thing. I'm not a good video game player.
Who ended up winning that thing?
Who cares?
Probably Guy Fieri. Probably flashing his rings and his metal signs in the camera. Yeah, bro.
See, this is what happens. This office is not a good place. AJ, you hear this?
It's like you're speaking of Guy Fieri. How
Jesus,
people
you don't
speak
even know
of
his name?
Nickelback. Like it's cool to hate on Nickelback.
That's exactly how Nick, I, think,
like
feels
the
about
Nickelback
it.
hate.
I don't like
I
that.
don't
It's
really
dumb.
like
It's
that
old
hate
now.
either.
I feel like now people are coming back around to Nickelback. They almost felt bad for them.
I mean, they put out good music.
I never felt bad for him. They put out good music. People hate them. People throw rocks at things that shine.
There it is.
It's true.
Taylor Swift.
Very wise.
Guy Fieri, though, and I have talked a couple of times. The second time he was asked if he had ever met me before, he said no. But the first time,
Because
So
you
that's-
remember spitting in your face.
okay, all right. I mean, we're at the Kentucky Derby. We're at his party, you know, having a good time. I was asked, hey, do you want to go meet Guy Fieri? I was like, sure, Triple D, love it. I go over there, interesting interaction happens, and then I walk back to the boys and we leave. And, you know, I thought we were friends. He has a video of me on his phone. I know that.
Yeah, well,
There it is.
That's what happens when you deal with a BFS.
Whoa.
Come on.
I'm still a fan, though, after that.
Yeah, we all are.
Whole interaction. Me and Diggs, big fans. Nick, obviously very negative towards Guy Fieri for no reason.
For a very
Wait, when
good
did you
reason.
hear that he said he's never met you before?
What's that?
In the Zoom call.
On the Zoom. Yeah.
On a Zoom call on a draftathon. We talked to each other.
You're like, come on, Guy. You had 78 people introduced to you that night within a 10-minute span. I was one of them. You don't
There wasn't
remember?
that many people.
No.
It wasn't- we saw it. We were there basically the whole night. We were invited by the same people that paid us to go there.
He was roped off in his private section. He was not dealing with the pigeons and the plebeians out there. He was off on his own.
It was a phone case party.
Easy. He was in his own section. It was obviously he had his restaurant down there. He made a good business move by hosting this party. We just happened to invited to the same party for business reasons, and we had a good time. We were partying, but we had a lot of space. It was one of those things where if I want to go meet him, I get past the security guy. Good people, good team, good conversation. He just never
I
remembered.
assume he was mad because we were in there and he couldn't bring more whores in.
Whoa!
We are towing
That
the
is
line.
slander. That is not
Family
true. Guy Fieri did
show.
not do that. He was actually all dudes back then.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Flavor time.
It was all two seconds.
Anyways,
Would Gary V, have you met Gary V?
Many times.
many times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Where do you meet Gary V? Where do you run into him? New York?
He's been
He
in his
came on
office.
he was one of our first guests on our podcast.
Oh, good for you.
Well, he's very nice. He was very nice. He said, hey, I want to come on your show. Came on the show. Then he told me he comes on shows, you know, trying to educate folks, introduce himself to their fan base, and go. He taught us the whole game, basically.
I loved Gary Vee. It's just a slow. You said it perfectly. It's just people wear thin on you.
He taught us. By the way, I've learned a lot from Gary Vee, watching Gary Vee and stuff like that. Guy's a hustler, man.
Like
Guy's-
marketing type stuff?
What's that? I mean,
Like marketing and how to
Right hook
build a
mode.
brand or whatever?
I forgot about right hook mode.
I'll hook mode, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you also got the Gary Vee ones.
I got the GV ones.
Wait, what is the right hook thing?
It's a mentality.
Well, it's a mentality, dude.
You wake up in right hook mode.
What is it, please?
Well, it's when you're jabbing. You know, you're jabbing, and then something big comes. It's time to wait. That's a left hook. You go right hook. You got to land a right hook. It was when we were dropping the baseball documentary. He told me. I was like, I don't like charging people for content. You know, I went in there, wanted a Gary V. Full conversation. Gave me good thing. He says right hook mode, dude. Saw his office, big old office,
Nice office.
beautiful view.
Good view.
Good guy to us.
Wait, does the right hook mean charge people for the documentary?
I do believe. Yeah, I do believe. But
I'm not sure exactly what this right hook means. Like when a big opportunity comes, you gotta knock it out.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is.
But how does the right hook
Look at you. You
relate?
know.
How does this relate to you charging $3.99 for a documentary or putting it out for free?
Well,
What's the right hook part?
333.
His book name is Jab, 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 Right Hook.
There it is.
Oh,
When did that book come out?
So he was pushing his book when he was.
I think 4 years ago, maybe.
I've read one of his books.
Was it jab, 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 right hook?
Does he have multiple?
What if that book came out after he talked?
Okay, here.
I'm sure he does.
Jabs are the value you provide your customers with, the content you put out, the good things you do to convey your appreciation. And the right hook is the ask. It's when you go in for the sale, ask for a subscribe, ask for a donation.
You see?
Okay, that makes sense.
Free content, free content, free content. Pay!
Knock it on. That's why I'm appreciative of Gary V. But the boys, I have a call, tide turns. Guy Fieri had no chance in there. I mean, it's just sometimes when you work with people, you know, you kind of listen to what they say. You start opening your eyes in a different light, and then all of a sudden, an entire room just turns on a guy, and that can happen in here.
It be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. AJ, I don't know if you've realized yet, but Pat, good guy. The rest of us, kind of a bunch of pieces of shit.
Yeah. I view everybody as a WWE character.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think life is a movie. So people's characters, like, yeah, terrible person, bad person, whatever, but that character, okay, that guy's a killer. I would like to watch, I would like to learn a little bit more about this guy. If somebody's funny, like, I enjoy that character in the movie. Like, I don't ever, I just view people as characters.
You just told me, earlier in the show you can't watch Bull anymore because of the alleged actions of the lead actor.
Yeah, bad character.
But his character on the show you like.
Yeah, but I'm just watching the actor might as well be the person in my eyes. Jeremy Piven is Ari Gold. He's in my phone as Ari Gold. That's who he is. And that might not be the
humble brag. Whatever you guys do when you drop a name. No big deal. Jeremy Piven, you ever heard of whatever the movie? I don't know, Will Ferrell movie?
Old school.
I forget.
Cheese.
He's great.
Cheese Pritchard.
He's great in
Put
everything.
you in a dumpster?
See, I've never seen that
Rush
movie.
Hour 2.
Old school?
Break the tank.
No, I didn't. I don't know.
You never seen Old School?
I've seen Old School. I didn't know Ari Gold was in it.
Oh yeah.
He's the dean. He's the bad guy.
It's cheese.
Yeah, see?
Put him in a dumpster.
blue. He looks glorious.
He's just Ari Gold to me. That's all he is to me. That's it. And by the way, as the bad guy, I see him as Ari Gold. And he was in that other movie with the ace, something with an ace.
Smoking aces?
Yeah, Smoking
Oh,
Aces.
so because
Buddy
he is
Israel.
because he kind of plays this character as Ari Gold, if that character is what he's like in real life, you can excuse it.
No, that's just
okay.
how I view them. Like, I
don't know.
Oh,
You got
he
me
was in
confused.
Serendipity.
It's like Bob Saget. Bob Saget is whatever Danny Tanner to me. But then when he does his stand-up comedy, it's a very different world.
He's been a super vulgar comic for 30 years.
I like that. The whole story of him getting picked for Full House or whatever, too. The person knew him and was writing the show and was like, how about if you were a single dad? And he was like, that's not for me. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then he was like, yeah, just try it. And then now he's had a couple $100 million.
Yeah.
probably.
Still getting paid from it.
Step by. That's not the same.
Step by step. Everywhere there's a heart. Everywhere you look, everywhere you walk, there's a place.
Dave Coulier, big fan of the show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan.
That's what I think.
Wasn't it you that played in the? One of you guys had a Dave Coulier came as the celebrity for a hockey game, but he didn't show.
Yeah, it was me.
Tony.
He's fucking pissed.
Tony.
I'm happy. He was making money, by the way, off that Full House title.
How old
Going to
were
play
you?
goalie for a fake hockey team.
Me?
Yeah.
12?
17, I thought.
Hey, why are people so pissed about all these new uniforms in the NFL?
Everybody hates the Rams' new uniform. I don't fully understand. Now listen, does it look like a little bit of a Best Buy thing? Yeah. And are the numbers rounded so they can fit the logo in there and kind of look a little soft? Yeah. Is the off-white not desirable? They probably could have done better, of course. But I don't think they're that terrible. I think they look okay. I think the logo looks a lot better on that helmet than it did on the internet. I'll say that. And I just don't know what people expect. Like the Chargers one? I like those as well. I liked the Atlanta Falcons because they were the mean machine. I like the All Black, but people hated them for that. I like the Patriots. I like the Browns going back to the. I like whenever they do it, but some people very much hate these things.
Yeah, some people get so upset. Like, I don't really have an opinion either way. I'm like, all right, yeah, it looks weird. But then after you watch them, like, say the season happens and you watch them for 3 or 4 games, it's like normal to you. Because teams wear throwbacks and they wear color rush. Like, they wear so many different combinations throughout the year anyway. Who knows, like, what's the official new jersey?
That's what the Patriots are doing. A lot of the teams are just doing their color rush. They're like, hey, Thursday nights we look our best. Everybody loves it. Let's just make those our thing. Like, hey, sorry about your luck, NFL. We're just going to do this every single week. If anybody else wants to. The Patriots did it. Look good. The Buccaneers, I believe they got new uniforms as well.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And those things just look good because they got the Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski wearing them. How's that feel, Connor?
Man, I bet they have sold so many Gronk and Brady jerseys.
So many. The Tampa Bay Gronkaneers, are you kidding me? Those fans?
It sucks!
Tom was number 1, and then Tua passed him, I believe, this week.
I saw that. Are there that many Tua fans out there?
Who's Alabama? Probably a bunch of Alabama fans. Maybe.
All of Hawaii.
And
Dolphins fans have a lot of hope, so they're going to jump on board, I guess, early.
When was the last time a Dolphins fan bought a jersey?
Right.
Joey Harrington?
Pennington.
Chad Pennington.
There it is.
Joey Harrington?
Ronnie Brown?
Ronnie Brown.
Ronnie Brown, yeah.
Ricky
Williams.
Wes Welker was in Miami.
Reggie Bush.
Well, Jason Taylor jerseys running around out there.
yeah.
Jason
Yeah,
Taylor.
you're right. Oh,
Cameron
Zach
Wake.
Thomas. There's a ton of Zach Thomas jerseys.
Zach
Thomas.
Dante Culpepper.
Oh, of course. Dante.
Junior Seau was there for a minute.
Larry Sonka, a lot of those.
Yeah.
Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel.
I watched Ace Ventura last night. It showed my kids.
Does it hold up?
I was laughing just at the absurdity that Jim Carrey is. Like, every single movement, everything he does in that whole thing. I'm sure people think it's corny and it's weird, but I remember watching it when I was like 8 years old. And I was watching it like, and my kids didn't think parts were funny, and they would hear me laughing, and then they would start to laugh, and I would just laugh at like stuff that's not even funny, but just Ace's dumb movements and everything.
How about him with that box in the opening scene? I mean, he is a cartoon. That is why he can make every movement with his face into whatever emoji you need. He also has incredible flexibility. Let's start with a stretch. And he bangs his back off the thing. Jim Carrey is just a fictional character. Everything he does, I used to laugh. I mean, Dumb and Dumber, let's not even dive into it. And then now he's giving these incredibly deep graduation speeches that I have to give, and I just don't know how that's going to go. But now it's a whole different. But the Grinch that's my Grinch, by the way, and that's potentially, it hasn't surpassed the Santa Claus, but it is dancing with the Santa Claus on which one gets played first whenever it's Christmas season. You know what I mean? I love Jim. I'm a big Jim Carrey guy, but Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, great movie, good plot. That's not stuff like.
Trying to explain the ending to my 7-year-old son was a bit difficult.
Okay.
Finkel's Einhorn. Einhorn's Finkel. What does that mean? Well, the kicker kind of took on this person and is Einhorn now. But they got it. They figured it out. Dan Marino has a nice little role in that too.
Yeah.
Don Shula. They got like the one dude. You know the guy when Jim Carrey's taking a leak at the urinal, and then the dude in the tank top looks at it. You know, they look at each other's meats, and then Jim leaves, and the guy prances after him. Mm-hmm. You know that scene with that guy. His name's Jeff Ulenik. He played at Ohio State and played in the league for a long time. I know him well. He's awesome, and he does not like hearing about that scene because every time we see him, we bring it up.
Well, I mean, have to. It's a legendary moment in a legendary movie. Dan Marino, I've said this before, there was like an option for a $30,000 payment or a percentage of the movie or something like that. And he took the payment.
No.
Yeah, because he was like, this movie ain't going to.
But you're Dan Marino at the time. Like, you know, the $30K is not going to change your life, but the back end on what this movie could do.
Dan Marino.
You don't know how Dan was living.
Dan Marino had a good time with that $30,000.
Yeah, good point.
Got any more of that gum?
Stay out of my personal business.
Trying to hit the slopes for some fresh powder.
Oh, come
There
on,
it is.
Ace.
What?
I thought you had a challenge for me. That guy. down in the basement. That movie's legendary. All right. Well, I got.
Hey, how'd the Blue Angels go? You got a good clip out of it.
Oh, so good.
So cool, dude. So cool. We missed them though at the first round. We didn't.
They're going around the country because they were in Columbus yesterday, and I could hear them. I couldn't even really see them because they were down flying over all the hospitals, which is like 20 miles from me.
Going so
By the way,
fast.
Ty's all pissed off. They flew over all the hospitals in Indiana real quick, and Ty's like, "Well, they didn't fly down Broadway."
No, yeah. I guarantee you one thing: the nurses weren't fucking going outside watching the Blue Angels come across.
Oh, this guy!
They're flying out there for me.
All the boys in the warehouse and the Sunoco across the street are coming out and waving at them, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, the streets were packed for the Blue Angels. The streets
Were they really?
alive for the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The big show.
Somebody was using Tim as a jungle gym. There was people everywhere. There's Billy Toombs almost got hit by a car because the lady saw everybody staring at the sky. She thought maybe like possible alien, I think. And then she pulls over, almost hits Billy Toombs, and she goes, "What's going on?" And my dad goes, "The Blue Angels." And she goes, "The Blue Angels?" She parks her car. She goes and grabs a camera she has ready to go. I mean, Indianapolis, the streets were packed for this thing. I mean, and they go over to Columbus the next couple of days for your kid's birthday. That has to feel pretty good. They made a travel for your kid's birthday party.
Now, unfortunately, I didn't have the poll to do that, but guess what? You know Billy got a mental note of that lady's license plate. He is not going to forget that. He's going to the DMV trying to find that address right now.
There it is. He's hacking it right now.
Dean Blandino said that the NFL replay system once crashed because they were trying to plug in a microwave to heat up the stuffing on Thanksgiving. There was a 2-minute period during a Lions-Vikings Thanksgiving game where if something went to replay review, they would not have been able to do it because it was unplugged and a microwave was plugged in. And that is something that I think the world wasn't ready to hear, but was excited to hear that is potentially possible with how the NFL's replay review system goes. We never know what happens in there. We have no idea how some calls come back the way they do. Alberto Riveron last year, we thought he was potentially watching different games than the games he was getting challenges from. We had no idea how some. Now we're learning that it is potential that if you plug in a microwave to heat up some stuffing for a second round or a third or fourth round on Thanksgiving while watching football, you could potentially break the entire replay review. The Lions eventually won 16-13 with a Darius Slay interception to seal it at the end. But for 2 minutes during that game, if I'm the Vikings, I would challenge and contest that victory and say that there's no way we would have lost to the Lions if the motherfucking microwave wasn't plugged in, because we knew we weren't allowed to challenge at the time. How insane is that, though, that was possible at the time? And how did that not get checked by the millions and millions of people, I'd assume, that were a part of setting that whole process up?
Well, did the teams know that they were like, hey, we're down right now, the replay's down, you can't challenge anything?
No, but that would be awesome if Goodell just pops in the voice of God ear into like Chuck Pagano's ear or into whoever was coaching the Lions at the time.
Probably Schwartz.
Popping in Schwartz ear. This is Goodell. I am in my man cave eating M&Ms. You cannot review because a toaster just took down the replay system. Have a good day. What? And then he goes and fights the other coach. Isn't that what Schwartz used to do? He used to fight all the coaches.
Try to fight Harbaugh was awesome.
Yeah, Harbaugh.
How many other times has it gone down, you think?
I bet it's gone down more than we would think, but this is
guess.
like when a lot of times people think everything's a conspiracy. Like, oh, there's all these people involved to try to screw somebody over. It's conspiracy. A lot of times, no, it's something like this. A microwave shut the system down, and it's just people like ignorance from one person or two people or someone messed something up. Like a lot of times people point to conspiracies for certain things when it's just human error.
It's wild.
There's a lot of money on the line. They can't let that happen again.
Alberto Riveron was one big human error last season, pal.
He's still there, though, right?
Yeah, he ruined the game, too. They took the pass interference thing out. Just because he couldn't figure it out doesn't mean somebody else couldn't. I mean, let's make the game better here. Those are massive penalties, and we have the technology to make sure they're correct every time. Why are we not doing that? And to add on, if I challenge something and I get it right, I should get that challenge back anyways. I shouldn't have to get both right or whatever to get another one. You should have a challenge. You should have two challenges until you're wrong. And if you get it right and they get it corrected and they do the XFL, transparent, voice of God thing down to the referee, that's how it should be. The XFL literally showed the NFL how to do their review process. Here you go. No microwaves when you're in the stadium. Can't do it. They actually, somebody at the stadium will actually bring it to you. That's crazy. And it's just a closed circuit with somebody who knows the rules with a better eye that can just wheel it down to Walt Anderson's fucking ear so he doesn't have to waltz over to the damn review thing 70, 80 yards away. Just bang, bang, bang. The fans know why you called it. I don't know why that hasn't just been adopted immediately. Like maybe even after week one. Commissioner, I think after the XFL debuted that week one, they should have been like, the NFL has decided we will be doing exactly what the XFL just did this past weekend with our review system going forward. It's like, that was just the answer. Now you find out that microwaves can take it down. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, pal?
Well, it's gonna the rule's gonna change, but it's gonna be the NFL is waiting to make it look like it's their idea, and they didn't steal this from the XFL. Like they didn't want people saying, "Oh, you're doing the XFL type replay deal, right?" And like, no, this is the NFL replay. Ours is much different. And then they're gonna describe it, and they're gonna describe the exact same thing the XFL did.
Yeah, but they do the sky cam, right? That was created by the XFL. They do that.
Yeah.
That's what everybody always talks about, by the way. They're always like, the innovative game, they created the sky cam the first time around. It's like,
have you ever been in the stadium and watched the networks set up the sky cam? That is the gigantic wires they have to put from the top of the stadium, all the corners. It's unbelievable, man.
I've hit one in a game. Not happy about
sky
it.
cam, that guy got fired.
Yeah, the wire thing.
Oh, you hit the wire or you hit the camera?
Hit the wire.
Oh.
Nobody knew but me, right? The returner, and I'd assume the guy who controls the thing.
Yeah. So they didn't blow it dead?
No. But because it like hit it, it was spiraling, and then it just broke it up, right? But it still spiraled because it was going far enough. But it, I don't know, probably took off 15 yards, maybe 20 yards off the punter or
What
whatever.
if they play it dead?
That's money out of your pocket.
Where's it spotted at?
It was in college. What's that?
If you call it dead, where's the spot? Like if you hit the J World thing.
It's a re-kick. Wild.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's an incredible innovation. I think hockey should do it every single game. They do it during the stadium series, and it feels like I'm going down with the shit. You know what I mean? Hey boys, we run the flying V or what? I'll be in the back. That's what it feels like, and you can see the puck and everything like that. But the hockey purists say it's not good for the game. It's like
Stooges.
They want the glowing puck back, right? The had the streak behind it, like the neon yellow streak or whatever.
best innovations that come in sports. First down marker line.
Yep.
Skycam's great.
Ball strike box is pretty good.
K-zone.
K-zone is good, and then that hockey puck. You know, whenever it had the flame flying around the boards.
You liked it?
Tennis replay is pretty good too.
Tennis replay is the next level. I don't know how.
The robot machine replay that and they build up suspense too, showing the simulation of the ball. Oh, we got
The VAR in soccer too, not bad.
The golf tracker.
Golf tracker.
Very good.
No, golf tracker might be the best yet because you have no idea when the camera's right behind him. The golf tracker's huge.
First down marker.
Yeah, that's good. But then how about like the weird, hey, we're going to make 10 yards a little different shade of
You mean the green zone?
The green zone was a bad idea. That one got murdered. And they cut it down, too. They had the entire field. You remember they did the entire field? Mm-hmm. And then the internet was like, this ain't it, fucking chief. So then they cut it down to just what they needed. They just changed it a little bit slighter, like it got a filter on that one area. And I can appreciate it. I don't mind. I don't think it really. That first week, though, when they rolled that thing out, it was like, I don't think so, pal. I like the first down marker and the golf tracker. Now, if we're after this conversation has, commenced here, I think I am in it for the golf ball tracker being stern at number 2.
Yeah, it's up there. And I like the graphic they show when a team, like how much yardage they need to get to field goal range, depending on their kicker who they have.
Oh, yeah.
That is good.
They'll show the zone that they need to get to.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing's never accurate, though.
Why not?
Well, it normally goes to the furthest field goal that they've kicked, right?
And they don't take like the wind or anything into consideration?
Yeah, like I guess it's good to be like, hey, they still have 27 yards until it's in an area. Yeah. But if you, like there's some guys like Justin Tucker, what's his range if it's game winner? Probably 68, 70 yards and in. Like, so they're only going off of what his longest is, 60
Are they going off that or are they going off what? Because they always say, they throw it down to the sideline report like, oh, I saw Justin Tucker in warm-ups. He made a 58 and a 62-yarder going this way, and the other way he made a 57-yarder. Like
that's interesting.
They don't go off of that.
Because if they're not building that graphic until after the game has started and they're reading the wind, I like it. I like it. It's in the area. I respect it. You know what I miss?
What?
The hang time clock. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Get the hang
That's
time.
gone?
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. It's always like a guy in the booth does it, and then he'll tell the play-by-play person. And the play-by-play person is always like Mike Black, who's a legendary spotter for everybody on ESPN, basically. He'll go like 4-8 or whatever, and the play-by-play person will be like, Mike Black, 4-8 on the hang time there.
Did they have that during your career?
No.
I was going to say because I didn't remember it.
But
should have, though.
The people calling the game have to, like, relate that somehow. Like, I don't know. If you say, hey, 4.6 hang, I don't know if that's good. Do you think any casual fan knows?
No, because sometimes a play-by-play person, you'll hear him say something that's terrible. Booming 39-yard punt here, or whatever. I was like, well, that's a shank there. But like, yeah, you would have to. Maybe you have what average is PFF average, right? That would probably be what Pro Football Focus average would be right next to it, or whatever. But then that changes on what style of punt. Yeah, so you have to have somebody that knows what the fuck they're talking about to really make it make sense. But everybody I think everybody understands if it's near 5, good. Near 4, below 4, bad. I think everybody knows that.
I don't think anybody knows that.
Well, here we are, just learning people up. That's what we do.
It's good. I didn't know what a good hang time was.
If it's around 5 or above, great ball. Obviously, depending on how far it goes, but you got to factor in about a 2.05 second op time. So your gunners have now 7 seconds to get down the field to the returner, as opposed to if you hit a 4-1, it's 6 seconds and everything goes down. And when you're talking about having to run 45, 50, 60 yards, that's why hang time is so important. And you see a lot of old school punters used to hit balls like 4-2, 65 yards. Think about the math there. What do they have? They have like 6 seconds there to get 65 yards down the field while somebody's pushing them. There's no chance of that happening. So they're going to give up a big return and a chance to give it up. But if that ball is a 4-2 at 40 yards, okay, so now you have 6 seconds to run 40 yards, that's probably going to be a fair catch. That's why the hang time should equate to how many yards it is. If you hit a 4-0, it should probably be a 40-yarder. 4-5, 45-yarder. 5-0, 50-yarder. And if you go 5-3, 53, and things like that. That's normally how it plays out.
It's good to know. I didn't know all that.
There's a lot of people that hit very long balls, and the commentator was like, he hits a bomb or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, that thing's getting shoved right up their ass, though. That is not what you're looking
But don't you always say, like, you can't outkick your coverage if your coverage is dope?
Bingo. If you got good coverage, it doesn't matter. But if you don't, people are going to lose their minds on it. It's always the punter's fault.
What if they double both your gunners, though?
Yeah, you got to hang it up a little bit higher because your PP is going to be left wide open and run down the field there.
Just punt it out of bounds.
Okay. If they double both your gunners, by the way, hold on. If they double both your gunners, that means there's only 6 in the box, which means you're blocked up on everybody, which means you can step out of your batter's box a little bit more to get it out of bounds.
Good. So now when I'm watching games, if I see both gunners doubled, I'm going to be like, all right, this dude's going to do the right thing and punt this thing out of bounds.
Well, and he's probably going to get a little bit more time. I used to move up a yard when I would see the gunners doubled. I would move up a yard because it probably means it's a hold up. It's a return. Even though teams will send one of them to go, you just got to hope that your person blocks it. So I would move up a yard to steal a yard before the punt even happened, So now that 49-yard punt is a 50-yard punt, which automatically looks a lot better. And nobody even knows it other than my snapper, who makes himself think that he snapped it a lot faster than he actually did because I'm much closer to your butthole right now.
If it's a holdup and they're setting up for a return, will they send one guy so you can't just catch it and then wait a couple seconds? Or
They always send one guy because he's probably going to the wall anyways. So whatever way, they always send one guy. So
someone's got to force the punt.
Yeah, that's exactly. He forces the punt, and then they'll have somebody maybe that stands up and is a spy, maybe in the middle. But normally it's a hold-up if they got doubles or gunners double because they're looking to bring a return. But if you're supposed to be a hold-up and you realize your guy's not going, you can still go. So it's not always just like on defensive side of the ball. Not every look's going to be a guarantee. You got to, kind of risk assessment there. Yeah, whenever you see doubled, you're like, all right, here we go. I'm going to steal a yard right now.
You check those with fakes too? Like if they're doubled on the outside, is there more of a chance like run it up the middle or
So I never got to call punt fakes, right? Because the PP is the guy doing the cadence and everything up there. I did get a chance to check if we're punting left or right. For instance, if the right gunner is doubled and the left gunner is singled, but we're supposed to punt to the right, I can switch, right? Obviously switch it to the left. Johnny Hecker does that a lot. You watch Johnny Hecker before he punts. He does more with his hands, and he's talking to his PP and his gunners on which way he wants to punt the ball. You don't see a lot of young guys do it, and you don't see a lot of guys that don't know where the hell the ball's going do it.
That's the worst. When guys don't locate the ball while they're running down the field.
I'll tell you what, though, punters can set people up for. There's been a couple where I'm supposed to hit left, and that thing turns over a bit early, and it is on the right side, and you're always taught to yell. It's like, okay, you want me to yell to these dudes who are sprinting away from me with helmets on, battling and telling them that I fucked up completely.
With crowds screaming and
let's just hopefully that they see quick enough. But those moments are when I'm like, well, probably gonna have to make the tackle here. That's a fucking terrible ball. Here I go. It's my life, AJ. It's my life.
Yeah, there's a lot goes into it that people never really think about.
Yeah, there was this one question. Somebody said, I forget, the guy was watching film on Shane Leckler, and he was like, hey, Pat, what ball do you think it was? I forget what blog site he was on. He was like, what punt did Shane Leckler hit in Cincinnati on the 40 or something like that? And I was like, well, is it into the open end of the stadium? Is it his own 40 or the other 40? Which hash are they on? Like, there's so many things that have to go. It's just like a golf, like you're finding your golf shot, basically. And now, granted, when you're young and not that good, you're just going out there trying not to drop a snap and hit a shank. But once, like, the good guys, like Sam Cook, Thomas Morstead, Sam Martin, Johnny Hecker, obviously, once you get out there, you're like, all right, what am I going to do here to hopefully completely eliminate the returner so that my guys don't have to cover anybody? Like, that's just, these guys are dead tired. And I don't want to be, no offense, I don't want my money to depend upon whether or not he wants to give his effort this particular play. So I'm going to hit this son of a bitch as high as I can. I'm going to try to hit it, and I'm going to try to get a fair catch here. It's life.
Makes sense.
But then I go sit on the sideline, rest up, relax while you run your face into people. And that is why I will never say, yeah, we're not football players. I completely agree. I don't.
You're football players. Kickers and punters are.
Punters more so than kickers, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, sure.
Well,
I would much rather be a punter than a kicker.
Nugent debunks that theory, though, because
there's plenty of athletic kickers in the league. Justin Tucker seems like a great athlete.
Vinatieri was quarterback in high school too. I think he was all-state quarterback and everything like that. Still can sling it. Wrestler too. I think he was all-state wrestler. A lot of athletic guys. Back in the day, though, the Grammaticas, when they break their knees celebrating and stuff like that, it kind of gets a little tough. The image kind of gets a little tough to. But hey, they were great kickers. Good at kicking the ball. Those guys.
It's hard to overcome those comments made by Trent Dilfer over the years, like degrading kickers. Now I know he's turned the page with you, and you're on board with him.
I mean, you just brought up a sensitive subject. I thought I was past it with Trent Dilfer, but as soon as you said his name there, I was like, he's been a terrorist for the brand for a long time on ESPN. Terrorist. All right, I got to get the hell out of here. Rather large phone call happening in 22 minutes.
With who?
I can't even say it. It's a big one.
Uh-oh, Mark Cuban.
No, I wish.
To Zoom with Mark Cuban, Gary Vee, and Guy Fieri.
Bingo. I got that in 22 minutes. We can't thank you enough for watching. It's been McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. Hit the music, Foxy.
The greatest sports talk show on the internet from 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. So come on down for a mental vacation with the boys on YouTube Live. It's McAfee and Hawk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. AJ used to tackle quarterbacks, and he's a Rust Belt kind of guy. That's the punter of the decade for the 2010s, kicking Pierce missiles to the sky. It's McAfee and Hawk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. It's McAfee and Hawk.
Sports Talk.